Hey Legionnaires and welcome back. We're here in Last Alliance Total War once again, and today there has been a new update. Is the update which adds Krakafolk, which is a new evil mannish faction, which are sort of based in the Edowaith region of Middle Earth, so like right slap bang in the middle of Middle Earth. And yeah, this faction, there's not a lot about it known. It's a evil managed faction. They helped Sauron in the war against the elves, and they were even easily influenced apparently. And they have this sort of like weird, sort of like witch, sort of cultish, sort of like society. And they seem to really like crows. I mean, if you can't tell from their emblem over there. But yeah, it's a very cool faction. Basically has a lot of really good shock infantry, has some pretty good cav as well, and it's pretty poor in archers and really on the defense. It's generally a good summary of it. So in today's video, I'm going to show off this faction. We've got a little custom battle for you here today. I've just paused it because it gets quite lively quite quickly, and I want to show off most of the units before we get into the actual sort of like battle. I have got, I think, every single unit here on show that you can bring. As you can see, there's quite a lot. But yeah, we'll quickly go through them. So we've got archers here in the front line. So we've got these Krakafolk, Caribbean Nest Wardens, which look like a Javi unit, which I didn't realize until getting into the battle. I was like, oh, these guys can barely fire. And I was like, oh, they're a Javi unit. So yeah, these guys, they're also a spear and bow like hybrid unit. So that's pretty good to know that they are like a hybrid unit. And then you've got the Krakafolk trackers here. Which are, they're pretty decent bow unit there. Can do some work, I'm sure. And then what else we got? So yeah, got and then we've got Krakafolk archers of Vettery here. So they're also looking very nice. They're a bit more elite, as you can see here. They got the sort of like the crow sort of look to their helmets. I don't know if you can really see that. I feel like it looks a bit crowish anyway. With like the big pointed like a nose guard there anyway, and like weird sort of like hat going on. It kind of again gives like off a crow's beak. But yeah, they're looking very cool. But yeah, they're the archers of Vettery, so they're mostly, yeah, I think that's the same unit there on the end. Yeah, Nest Wardens. That's most of the archers. They haven't got a lot of archers to offer. As I said, they're pretty weak in that sort of category. Then we've got Krakafolk Warriors of Vettery here, which look awesome. They kind of give me a bit of a Germanic vibe, looking at the shape of the shield. That is a very, very cool looking shield, that is for sure. But yeah, they look badass, that is for sure. Can't wait to see these guys in action. There's a good shield and sword unit there. So we've got a couple of units of those. We then have the Krakafolk Chosen of Taji? I don't know. Kind of an interesting unit there, all in black and red. The colours of Mordor there and Sauron looking very good. And then what else do we have here? With this unit that we started on here, which is just basically Krakafolk Warriors. I thought these guys had a shield, but they don't. They actually just are one-handed swords. They're just going to go wildly into battle like that. They also have a lot of fanatical units to Krakafolk because, they're a cult. They've got a bit of a weird crow cult going on, with the witch, the crow witch. I think that's what it's called, isn't it? Well, actually, I don't know off the top of my head. Crow, like sort of society. I don't know how to describe it really, but yeah, we got a lot of grabbers over here. So these are just like raiders, I think, on this side. So yeah, they're pretty low tier units over on that side, and then the other melee unit, which is the Flagellants of Anatar. So yeah, these guys are like got a cult that are like sort of like to Anatar and to yeah, they really love Sauron basically, and they're looking pretty muddy. But I don't say so myself. Yeah, those guys, I don't think they wash. But yeah, it seems like that they also have a bit of a like they have a king and then they have someone that's like a witch, like sort of like head of religion. So it's kind of like a two person state that sort of rule it. That's what I kind of got from reading the sort of like the blurb that there is in the campaign. I will show off the campaign like start as well at the end of this if you want to see it. It's certainly going to be a tough faction to play. Watching this battle, and also I think just like where you start right in the middle of the map, it's always a bad place to start. But we have the Krakafolk Kinsrith veterans here, I think is how you say it. But these guys just look like straight out of Dacia. Look at them, like heavily armored with the big old falcons going on. This looks awesome. It's a great unit. Can't wait to see them in action, that's for sure. I've got a couple of units of those. We then have the Krakafolk Crows Guard here. Like I said, really love the crows we do in Krakafolk. They're like more of a hammer sort of style unit. Looking very, very cool. And then what else do we have? I think that's just it. We have a lot of Crows Guard. Then we have the General back here, who is very much looking like, yeah, Blood Witches here. Yeah, Blood. So we have like Blood Witches along with the King. Dress up in a crow sort of look as well. So Teji, Warriors of Teji, I think is how you say, but I could be wrong there. And then we have some Cav, and I think we have some other like shock infantry over here. So with the Krakafolk Iron Raiders here, they look pretty good. Again, with that Germanic sort of style shield going on, I feel like. They're looking cool. And then we have more shock infantry back here. These guys are just spamming shock infantry. Then we have the Krakafolk Witches of Visions Hill. Also looking pretty good. Very similar to the sort of Taji sort of unit. Big swords going on there, looking very badass. So I've got some of those shock infantry supporting the Cav. And then on this side, it's just some Krakafolk Lang Flood riders here. So they're looking pretty good. But anyway, we will start the battle and we'll get straight underway here. If you do want to see more Last Alliance, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show support. It really does help out the channel. And yeah, I really do want to show off more of it. It has had a little bit of a dip. Also, it's kind of a bit tougher nowadays to do Last Alliance, because with the new update or the new patch that there is for Shogun 2, they decided to get rid of the mod manager CA. So yeah, that was fun. So yeah, we can't really do much when it comes to like mods. Really, it's a bit finicky to get it going. You have to kind of like go through the user scripts. It's a whole thing. Yes, you can see Krakafolk coming forward here, marching forward. Jabbies ready to go. Get these guys into action. And we've got some of those trackers here. We'll see how they do. I mean, we are facing off against the Principality of Eidolon, which is an elvish faction. So, you know, they're going to have pretty good archers. They're going to be pretty good generally. We've got the Galadrim Sworn in there coming forward. We've got, yeah, some Flathrim archers here. Flathrim spears. They're a pretty tough faction to go up against. That's for sure. And they've got good Cav as well. Yeah, you've got Amroth here. You know, these guys go on to... And they have the Swan Guard. And you can guess what they go on to become. Yeah, Dol Amroth. That is correct. The Swan Knights. Yeah, we've got plenty of Swan Lances there. Firing fire ammo already into my poor crow men. Look at them come forward. Jeez. They do not deserve this. Poor crow men. Keep going forward. Oh, they're losing some shots now themselves. Or maybe not. They're going to keep on going forward. We're going to get closer. Closer to the enemy. So we can see the whites of their eyes with the elves. Their eyes are very, very good. They can already see us. They're already loosing volley after volley. Look at them. They're like machine guns. And you can see we don't fire a shot back yet. Oh, there we go. A few shots coming back now. We've got the Flathrim spear setting up. This is just against AI, so it's... You know, AI is pretty damn dumb. We've got these Flathrim archers super close. I don't know why I haven't charged in yet, but hey, there we go. Look at these guys. Mod looks amazing as always. A massive like nod to the devs. Do an amazing job. They really do. You can see here Krakafolk Langford Riders. They're going to go slamming on in. They're going to take on these spears. Probably not a good idea to take on spears, but hey, they're right in front of them. They need to do something. And there you go. They're going to get all bloodied up and get into there. And over on the other side, on the left-hand side, already getting stuck in as well. We have some Swan Lancers here. Dueling with our Iron Raiders. We'll see how these guys do. What else do we have? I mean, we've got the swords in here as well supporting, I think, yeah, the witches getting in here. We've got the flagellants. They need to get around the flag. I imagine these guys got pretty good morale. I imagine into like the weird cult. They just kind of fight for like the last man.
We must act now.
Correct. Our men are under attack. The infantry in here. Oh, they also like the swords. Also, basically got like small like falxes they're holding. It's kind of cool. Just give me up, but like the falxes kind of give me a weird sort of like culty vibe. They're getting straight in there. Archers are flying in as well. Oh, these are the Nest Wardens. They're throwing jabbies. Are they out of ammo? They might be. Nope, they're still throwing. Don't know what they're throwing at. Something over there. Already seeing a few elves start to break. It's good to see. Flash from archers, yep. Being caught out by those Krakaland warriors there. That's what they get. Yeah, look at these guys. Everyone's just holding a Falx. Falx for you, Falx for me, Falx for everyone. Oh my gosh. It's going to be a strong faction of melee, it seems. You just got to get it into melee first. Going up against elves certainly could be tough. They do have that range, but here we go. Good charge into the back from the Cav. Those Langwood Raiders, or Langwood Riders, I think they are. Doing a good charge there. The Langflood. It's learning a whole load of new names, but yeah, recharging that unit should rout it, to be honest. We've got more and more nasty units in here. Witches have got involved. Hacking and slashing. Here comes the Swan Knights as well. They're trying to get involved. We've got a fight in the back here between the Cav now. I don't think our Cav will win this fight. Look at the armor difference. I don't see us winning this fight against the Swan Knights. I could be wrong, though. Winning decisively, but they actually just retreat. Oh, no, it's because they won. They absolutely annihilated us. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that poor Cav is just finished. Now we're going to see the Cav rear charge. Our Witch is there, and we also see some units on a route here. We have Amroth in the front lines here. He's taking on some of these what? I don't remember the names. The Chosen of Taji. Fight on, men! Fight on! We must fight for Sauron! He expects great things from us. Yeah, we're not looking good. But here comes some of our witches into the back here. They managed to sneak around. Could they get a rear charge here into these Swan Lancers? Absolutely. Look at them. Look at them with their ferocious blades. And you get those bloodied up. Send them in. And then there you go. They're going to start hacking and slashing. Start killing these horsemen. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at that. Brutal rear charge there. Great charge onto this cavalry. Getting a lot of good kills there. Might be able to rout them. You never know. And it seems like the Flatulence don't fight to the last man because they're wavering at 52. And it looks like they're losing to Old Realm Archers here, which is no surprise, to be honest. These Old Realm Archers are pretty good melee. They're showing it off with their big axes here, slapping these guys about. Yeah, look at that. Old Realm Archers, yeah. And Galadrian Clan Warriors, yeah, they're going to cut these guys down. Yep, was not a match for those Flatulence at all. They were outskilled. Got more elites coming forward here. Trackers. Oh no, they're not elites at all. Where are my elites? We've got Crow's Guard here. Don't know if we can really see them. The lighting is not excellent here. There we go, Crow's Guard. Forward, men! Into battle. Setting some more elites to this flank. The Hammerers should hopefully do some good work here. These Nest Wardens still doing some pretty good work. I don't know if Jav actually work properly. It looks like they kind of like almost fire them, but they are killing that Cav very nicely. And they've routed most of that. It's just a flat from spears there to go. Yeah, the Cav is just getting annihilated by Javies. And apart from when they get charged, these Falx units are also doing pretty well against Cav by looks of it. Fight for Crackerfolk! We must win! Yeah, it looks like they've won in the center here. I don't know whether the general said no. Amroth is still alive, but he's down to like 6 men. He needs to be careful. Oh, that might be him dead now. I don't know. I don't know. He might be just the last guy standing. He's literally down on one guy. That probably is Amroth. Knowing how like Shogun works, usually the last guy is the general. Oh my gosh, he's just got annihilated. So we're sort of back where we are.
All who remember
for some
the
reason,
day,
the replay,
remember it as the day of our most glorious victory.
I'm just gonna let him finish doing his thing. But yeah, the replay for some reason crashed after like just zooming in on Amroth getting absolutely gunned down. So I just thought I'd just show you the end of it. Not much really after Amroth got gunned down there. The Edelon army sort of disintegrated, but I felt like I just couldn't end it on an abrupt note there. So yeah, Crackerfolk seems like it's a pretty cool faction. very weak in some areas, that's for sure. Range, yeah, you don't want to find yourself in a ranged match. Cav is okay, but I feel like it gets outmatched by most other cavalry. Most of mine got either tied down. Where is it? Where's my Cav? Actually, it's all, the rest of the remains are over here. The Iron Raiders
The
actually
enemy
seem
have
okay.
brought up more men.
But
hope
they
to
got
make
tied
up in
down in a
numbers
lot
what
of
they lack
fighting.
in
And they're just
courage.
running down these poor elves here. Let's get some milk those kills, boys. There you go, a close victory. We'll end the battle and have a quick look at the end results. But yeah, they seem like a strong faction of melee. Range, don't try it. You're not going to do well. Yeah, I've realized as well, one of the things I'm clearly out of practice when it comes to Last Alliance is obviously you need to use your abilities massively. Crackerfolk have a lot of abilities, a lot of their Shock of Scare and Second Wind. So you just got to pop those, keep popping those, because that is how I seem to route a lot of Eidolon units. Surround them, then start popping Warcry, and they eventually just went, yeah, you know what, you're right, we should break. But yeah, it's a solid faction. We'll have a quick look at the end results. Like I said, it was against the AI, it wasn't anything exciting. Yeah, my Witch is getting the most kills there. I think this might be in the flanking unit. Got 191 kills, very nice. Warriors of Vettery here, getting 144. I mean, yeah, the Kinster veterans here, 135. Did pretty well, barely losing a man, by the way. I'd just like to say, only still had 100 men left. They are tough to kill. Seems like, yeah, archers did okay as well, like my elite ones. Yeah, the witches seem to be very good, 115. They have some good stats there. My Iron Raiders, yeah, 84, 83. Oh no, that's the Langwood Riders actually. They did, Langflood, sorry. They did pretty well. Actually, Iron Raiders 107. There you go. And Crow's Guard 102. Some decent kills there. And then, yeah, let's have a look. Let's see, where are those Flagelants? That's what I want to see. Where are the Flagelants? They're down here, 36, 35. Yeah, they are not that great, actually. They might be just spammable units. Grabbers, yeah, 40. Nothing great. Tagi only getting 32 kills. Didn't even get focused down by the AI. AI seems to love to gen snipe. Old Realm Archers, yeah, 200. I mean, we'll quickly show you all the kills here. Swan Lancers, 216, 281. Yeah, some solid kills there. For the elves, you expect no less though, because they're fighting like such a spammable faction. But yeah, I will now do a quick cut and I'll show you guys the campaign. So here we are, the Kingdom of Krakaland here. So they are going to be a pretty tough faction to play as. You're right in the middle of the map. You're surrounded by elves, really. I mean, to your north you got elves. To your a lot of to the elves to the north are going to be a problem, and they're probably going to be your first real fight. Also got Khazad-dûm aren't too far away. Not Linden, not Numenor. Where are they? They're Linden also could become a problem. Ravanian as well. You kind of like got a lot of factions to the north of you that could cause a problem. But yeah, Krakaland gonna be an interesting one. That is sure. I mean, look at the stats you got here. You got plus 10 increase to the campaign map line of sight. Minus 10 to the cost of constructing all military buildings. Pretty good there. Pillaging, you get a lot from looting. And Reign of Terror, plus 2 reduction to resistance to occupation across all provinces are very good when you try to conquer a lot of places. You start with 4 provinces. Yeah, initial challenge is hard. No surprise there compared to other ones. I mean, actually, what else is hard? Well, Linden's normal. Numenor is apparently hard. Normal for Lothlorien. Okay, fair enough then. So, yeah, you can read all the blurb there if you want to. There's a lot of history. So yeah, your religious leader is the Great Witch Tagi. That's what I was trying to say. Faction leads Eric II. So you have like 2 leaders. It's a weird sort of state you live in. There you go. If you want to have a look at all that, you can do. But yeah, and there's also the Chieftain of Vastenvogel. I think they're another similar faction to Krakaland. So you might be able to ally up with them. I think that's the case. I haven't seen them before. But yeah, it's very cool. So yeah, I will just make a quick cut now as we get onto the campaign map. So here we are on the campaign map, and as you can see, Crackerfolk right here in the middle of the map is already starting off in a pretty good position. Well, it's going to be a tough position, but it's pretty good in a way. You start with a strong ally already on the top of that. You have Mordor here as an ally. You already start with a couple of orc factions and the Men of Dunharrow as trade, like trade allies or trade partners, and then you got the Chieftain of Halflin at war with you. So I imagine the Chieftain of Halflin. Let's actually go back to the campaign map. We'll find them quickly.
Displays the diplomatic.
They are just to, well, yeah, just to the north of you. It looks like so. They are like here. They're the Chiefland and Halfland. You can't see them, but they're here. Some easy places to expand to if you wanted to, and then you instantly border the Kingdom of Lothlorien. So yeah, going to be an interesting one there. It looks like there's actually a little army here that you start with. So, I mean, we have 2 armies here. You could probably take them out if we wanted to, and there's also a lot of other stuff there. I don't need these advisors. But yes, as you can see, there's a lot of easy ways to expand early on. The Men of Dunharrow, even though you're trading with them, you could probably take them out if you wanted to, and then you could come south into, I guess, what becomes, what is now, Gondor and Rohan. There's Callum-Bell there, and there's Edelon there. But yeah, an ally with Mordor, that'll mean not many factions will mess with you, that's for sure. But yeah, it's certainly going to be an interesting one to play. Yeah, there's Peligir, so they're Mordor, just about here. So they're not too far away. They are about a couple of settlements away. You could, the Orcs of Emyn Muir as well, probably you could get on side, probably ally up with them. And then all of a sudden you've got like you've got a bridge to Mordor, and you could definitely do some good work from there. I mean, yeah. Hey, also, as you can see, they've like changed all the settlement icons as well. They've done it for all the elves, I think, as well. That's cool to see.
Troops can be stationed.
But yeah, no, it's certainly worth having. Black Oak Great Witch. Oh, cool, very nice. So that adds add to our culty vibes that we have already going on. The tap room. Yes, and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, I definitely am wanting to do another Last Alliance campaign. Maybe I'll play Krakaland. They're pretty cool. I won't lie. I'm very much interested in trying out this faction. It'd be a tough one, that is for sure. I don't know what exactly my aim would be to maybe take out some of the elves to the north. Would be a short campaign, or maybe to I don't know, to usurp Sauron, become the leader of the Anatar cult. I don't know. Be something interesting. But yes, if you have enjoyed this sort of weird short overview of Krakafolk and Krakaland, or whatever you want to call them, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. The link for Last Alliance Total War will be in the description, as always, with every single one of these Last Alliance videos. Go check it out if you haven't already. It's very easy to install, and definitely have some fun with it. And yeah, until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.